chap there gave me a very useful little booklet which has a map, all the ferries. I think it has times of the ferries and places to stay. That's very useful. What a beautiful start to the day. The tent was pitched just the other side of that upturned boat. So yeah, very pleasant indeed. Anyway, just about 9 o'clock, setting off, heading to the start of the main coastal route. And still a couple hundred kilometres away. Then it's 650 kilometres to Boda, and then from there I can get to Lofoten. The E6 has become very, very monotonous. It looks like it's 22 kilometres on the E6 before we get to the next roundabout. So I imagine it's going to be motorway type road. The time has come to get the map out. Oh, I'm on the second paper map that I've got. Sort of central Norway, I think it is. These roadworks have thrown up a lot of dust, that's for sure. Awful lot of roadworks going on round Trondheim. Looks like they're making a bit of a wider motorway, ring road past it or something. We're still on the E6. I turned off into a petrol station just to have a look at the map to see what the situation was, and to be honest, it looks like the E6 is the most appropriate route, as boring as it is, but we've only got 84 kilometres to get to the start point of the coastal route, which is then 650 kilometres of interesting roads by all accounts. So I think I'll just bear with it. I'm not sure whether it's going to be 83 kilometres of dual carriageway stuff, but whatever it is, it will be. And then after today we should be on some very nice roads. Interesting piece of equipment in front. Just a brief update. I did use the map. It'd just be too wiggly, I think. And I do want to start making progress north. E6 got a little bit more interesting again, so not too bad. It took 11.94 litres, 12 litres thereabouts, and .375 kilometres. Still on the E6, about 12 kilometres away from Steinkjer, Steinkjer, which is the start of the coastal tourist route, I believe, and I'm heading for the tourist information. When I topped up for petrol, I also had a baguette, salady sort of baguette thing, and a iced coffee, which I shouldn't have done because I'd already had a coffee today. But it's that time in the afternoon. Just feeling a little bit drowsy. I've stopped a couple of times now, so I just have to be very careful, and I'm not going to fall asleep or anything, but in a few minutes we'll stop at the tourist information. I'll have a bit of a break there and ask them if there is an actual recommended route for the tourist route. should be. I'm hoping it's something like the North Coast 500, the NC 500 in Scotland, which is 500-mile route, and it has signposts all the way around pointing in the direction, so that's 800 kilometres worth, and this one is 650 kilometres worth, so never know, might be. We shall find out. Just enjoying the changing scenery. Moved away from the fjords at the moment, coming through sort of woodlands and things like that. And my Garmin's just done something strange. It's turned itself into sort of portrait mode, but I can't see it properly. Oh, there it is. Fixed itself. I found the tourist information for Kystriksveien, which is the coastal route, and the chap there gave me a very useful little booklet which has a map, all the ferries. I think it has times of the ferries and places to stay. That's very useful. Anyway, just heading off now. It's 100 and... this is 126 kilometres to second stop point, which is Lund. So Namsos is the first, and then Lund, and then there's a ferry. So I'll see if I can get to Lund this evening and then get the ferry tomorrow. There'll be a couple of ferries tomorrow. Oh, I meant to say, I'll put a photo up of the essentials in a toilet at a tourist information place. Watch out for it. The FV17. And we're heading for Namsos, 68 kilometres away, which is about an hour and 14 minutes, I think it said. So it's going to take it easy and see how far we get. We've now reached Namsos, which is just a routing point on this coastal road to Lund. What is a routing point for us? I don't intend stopping in Namsos. Just approaching 6:30 and arrived at the ferry terminal. I think it only takes about 10 minutes to get across. So I've queue jumped, ended up in the middle of the road, but there we go. And I think there's a campsite just the other side. Hoping so anyway. Coming into the ferry terminal at Hofles, Hofles, very smooth crossing indeed. the end of our day 23, I think. Losing track. It's 19th of June. It's 11 p.m. The sun's not due to set until midnight, or just after midnight. Anyway, 377 kilometres a day. We're on the scenic coastal route. Very nice it is too. And a couple of ferries. Going to continue the journey tomorrow, heading towards Bodø. It's still several hundred kilometres away, and from there get a ferry to Lofoten. I think that's what I'll do, and then up to the mainland again, and then from there it's still 1,000 kilometres or more. Anyway, all that leaves me to do is say